Hello everyone, welcome to the stream today. Hope you're having a good day. My day was good. I had a bunch of errands to run around and do, but everything went well. Yeah, so it was a good day. Dr. Morg said he did some changes to the base, so let's go look. I luckily was in the kitchen and he didn't change the kitchen. So here, looks roughly the same. Come out here, and that is a different block. And that is the same over there. That's the same with our killing spots. Ooh, we got a wavy stone. Okay, I like the main. Oh, we kept the starting island. I love it. Yeah. So the main platform that we had before is gone, and now it's just these flying island things. This staircase probably needs to go. We'll probably end up moving this somewhere. We actually won't need it very soon, so. This is still our cheaty island, so all that stuff is like creative and cheated in so that we could test a thing or two. We still don't have the soul sand pedestal up. So a couple changes with the pack itself. So let me hop on here on the voice so that we all can hear Dr. Morg. And then I'll go over the changes. So let me hop here and here. So a couple things. The compact crafting recipe for the steel casing, Old Man Shorty said he tried it, didn't work. So if you're watching Old Man Shorty's stream and you saw it didn't work, he reported that to me, and I looked and I checked, and sure enough, it didn't work. When I created it, it did work. But since I created it, there was an update to the mod, and I tested that it still worked, and I thought it was still working, but apparently it wasn't. So, anyways, I think the one I tested was the coal blocks, the diamond one that I added, kind of as just for fun. So that should work. I did change it because it seems like the air blocks on the inside were causing some sort of issue. Not sure exactly how we're supposed to specify air in the recipe. I tried to say, oh, just mark this as air, and the recipe still didn't work. So what I did is I filled in the inside with the steel scaffolding. So you do need to use the standard version of the steel scaffolding. And as a consolation, I made it so that the output is 2 steel casings instead of just 1, and so I added more steel to the recipe, but not much, because it's just the 26 scaffolding blocks, and then I gave you 2, so I cut that in half. I also bumped the block of or the osmium for the catalyst to start the recipe to a block of osmium, because why not? And then I got rid of the redundant one so that, because you can convert the blocks back and forth easy enough. So I figured I'd just do that. Which was one of the problems with the Fluix blocks. When we created the recipes for the ME controller and the, what's it called? The inscriber, we used the tag. Well, the regular Fluix block from Applied Energistics didn't have the tag. So I added the tag to it and then told it, hey, wherever you see either of these, replace it in the recipe with the tag version. So that was all I did to fix that. The config changes, and this is what we're actively kind of tweaking around and messing with, is the immersive stuff. So immersive oil reservoirs. So the immersive petroleum kind of adds the reservoirs, the fluid reservoirs, to the different chunks, and use the core sample drill to find out which that chunk has, and then you can either use the excavator to get the minerals or the pump jack to get the fluids. Well, I adjusted that, so I took out the water and the lava, so any fluid you get is going to be oil. But I also added in all 3 crude oil types. So we've got the immersive oil that's in already, then we added the pneumaticcraft and the thermal crude oil. This was a complaint that BeefQL had, is when you set home, you're only allowed 1. So I bumped that up to 16, so now you can have up to 16 homes. The immersive power and speeds, yeah, I adjusted them again. I tweaked a bit because I've been messing with trying to get it so that the setup like we have here is going to be able to go. And like Old Man Shorty had an issue. He was trying to run a single diesel gen and not being able to, create enough plants and stuff, and the power for the things was way too much, and it's like it was being weird. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's make it so that you don't have to create humongous farms of materials just to run it. And so we'll run it. And so we're adjusting that even after. So we went through and adjusted a bit. That seemed, they went go faster, but we didn't really balance that with the amount of power. And it seems like the power usage went up too. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyways, we tweaked it so that the fermenter and the squeezer use a bit less power now. And then I also bumped the closed power usage back down to the default values. And then we sped them up again very slightly. So that's that one. The twerk blacklist apparently didn't have the earth versions of the slimy grass. And then the thing that another one we're working on is another way of getting the oil is we added bitumen to the sieving recipes. So it needs to be a netherite mesh with sand to get the bitumen. And then we're going to have a way to process the bitumen into crude oil. Now, the one thing to keep in mind is the crude oil processing in the immersive petroleum refinery tower gives bitumen as a byproduct. And so if we reprocess that, we need to make sure that we don't have a way to get more oil than we started with, kind of thing. So, but being able to sieve for it and then use just set up a bunch of sieves, getting the bitumen and then processing those into the oil, that's a good way of getting the oil that way. So I did want to do that. I'm probably leaning more towards having that be like the actual oil that will give you is going to be the pneumaticcraft kind, because that's what the quest wants, is a bucket of pneumaticcraft oil. But all 3 oils should be interchangeable in all the recipes, and if they're not, we'll adjust it so they are. That's right. There was a couple wording changes on the quests. Clarify the words for some of the non-detection tasks. Yeah, so that was a confusing thing Old Man Shorty's talked about, and we'll see if I can show you what